YouTube, welcome back. Today we're going to go over different kinds of chart types and alerts. Now these are both important to what we're going to be doing in the future. Everything I've been showing you in all these videos, they're all going to play a part into the ultimate trade strategy at the end of all these videos. So this is like we're building up to it. All right, so hang with me. Let's jump right into it. Let's see what we can do. All right, so where we left off, this is what you were seeing. We have the two different Bitcoin USDT, Bitcoin perp up in the corner. And then the charts look just like this. We set these up in the prior videos. If you haven't seen them, go check them out. Now, one of the things I want to go over, the first thing is changing this to look like different styles. So for example, up here by the D, which stands for daily, we're going to leave that on daily. Right beside that, there's the candle setting. Now here's the deal. You can adjust this and make it look however you want. There's the bar patterns, hollow candles. There's about three that I like jumping between. I'm pretty much 90% of the time going to leave it on candles, but for some of the times I really like line charts. Now what line charts are, it's based on where the candle closes. So the close of the candle. So right there in that particular candle, that's where the line would be. If I switch this over to the line, you'll see that like for that day, that's where that was, right? So if I switch back to candles, you can see that there's all these wicks kind of all over the chart. And sometimes it's really confusing, and that will take your eye off the ball, so to speak, where it's hard to really know where to focus. A lot of people see charts like this, especially back in here. Man, this is really difficult. What am I actually looking at? Well, if we threw this on a line chart back in the day, hey, this is actually some sort of descending pattern, maybe a falling wedge. Oh, look, we have a breakout. So suddenly we can use this and trade with it. And so that's ultimately the goal. So you do you, whatever's best for you, but understand that there's different ways to view it. And you'll see me kind of switching around. So I wanted you to know how to do that. Now, for example, let's go back to that same little example. Let's talk about alerts. So if we were looking at this again, I'm going to double click on that pane. I'm double clicking up here to zoom in on just that panel and to get rid of all these down here. I don't need volume or RSI right now. If I double click on that and I change this to a line chart, well, now remember we were just talking about what if as we were looking at this, we thought, you know what, this kind of looks like a falling wedge. And you could argue one way or another, but let's just say that's the way you wanted to. You said, you know what, I am going to view it like that. If we viewed it in this manner with the line chart and the trend lines, what you could do back in the time, imagine this is before the breakout, right? So price is, let's say, right in here somewhere. What you could do is right click on that trend line and add alert on trend line. And there's all kinds of little options. Be sure to play with all those options. You could even say like moon time, and then that's what will show up, whether it's an email or a pop-up or your app, if you have the TradingView app or whatever. Then you do create, continue, boom, there you go. So if price broke out and you were asleep or you're on vacation or whatever, then at the time that price crossed it, you would get an alert. And it will, TradingView's telling you there's an alert set by having that little alert icon. The other thing that you'll see me use all the time, especially because I am a horizontal maxi, that's one of the things I like to say, I'm a horizontal maxi, is I will draw horizontals all the time and then set reminders. We'll come back and we'll check it out all the time. So for example, back here, there was a rising wedge. We talk about this on several streams, right? And one of the things I wanted to know is if price came back inside the larger trade range. I need to know that. I need to not miss that move, whether I'm on vacation, traveling, whatever, whatever maybe I'm in the hospital because I got in a bicycle wreck or something. I need to be able to do right click on the chart, let's say 58,000, and add alert. I want to get an alert if price fell back down. We'll get into more trade strategy stuff later, but I wanted you to know that. Now the chart is telling you that there's an alert with this little orange caret. You can actually right click on it and say extend, and you can drag that dotted line if you needed to adjust it. You know what? I didn't put it right where I want it. I actually want it right there. And it'll say, okay, so are you sure you want these values? And you say yes, continue. And so then if price trended down, you would get an alert at the moment that it crossed. So these are little helpful tools. Again, this is a very macro view, but even if I zoomed in on the more recent price action for Bitcoin, this is an actual thing that I did. I had a trade range set up. We'll go over trade ranges in a later video. And right here on this lower line, I had an alert set. That alert was set back when price was up in here because I wanted to know the instant that we broke down because that would be distributionary. And we'll talk about that again in later videos. But you need to have these tools in your toolkit before we get into the more advanced stuff. So these are things that are very helpful for you to know, along with the other things in the prior videos. Okay, guys, I think that's going to do it this time. Thank you for your support. Be sure to like and subscribe and follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/CryptoJack and also on Twitter at _CryptoJack. Thank you, guys. I'll see you next time.